So according to our timeline, the rapture would occur on September 21, 2017, which just happens to be the historical date of the Great Assembly that we read about in Nehemiah chapter 8. Now, the Great Assembly was the forerunner or the origin of what is known today as the Knesset. The cornerstone for the Knesset was laid in 1958, and it was laid on day 30 of month 7 on the Hebrew calendar, which corresponds with 10/20, 2017, which is the beginning of the tribulation on our timeline. Now, when we go to Nehemiah chapter 8, we read about this Great Assembly, which occurred on the first day of the 7th month, which is directly connected to September 21st on our timeline. And this was a day that they considered holy, so we obviously have a connection between these two dates. Tishri 1 is the day that we're looking at here. Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, which commemorates the creation of mankind. God gave Adam a soul, distinguishing him from all other living beings in his ability to make moral choices and to build a relationship with the Creator. On Rosh Hashanah, each person's allotment of life and livelihood is subject to renewal. This is the day that marks the beginning on our timeline. It was on Tishri 30 in 1958 that the foundation stone was laid for Israel's Knesset building in Jerusalem. It's composed of 120 members, the same size as the Great Assembly, that served as the rabbinical body during the Second Temple era. So we have a direct connection between the foundation stone being laid and the beginning of the tribulation on our timeline. So what you're looking at here is a simple graphic that shows the two dates, September 21st and October the 20th. The 21st being marking the beginning of our timeline, which is where we believe that the rapture will occur, a 30-day gap, and then the beginning of the tribulation on October the 20th. We have a connection between the origin of the Knesset, September 21, the Great Assembly in Nehemiah 8, approximately 520 BC, 120 members, month 7, day 1, a holy day, and October 20, where the cornerstone was laid for the modern Knesset, modern day Knesset, 1958, with 120 members, the same size, month 7, day 10. It is the anniversary date of its origin. Now, as I have stated in a previous video, Av 29, in the Hebrew year of 2448 or 1312 BC, on our calendar, Moses carved the second set of tablets out of sapphire, as recorded in Exodus 34:4. After seeing that the Israelites had made the idolatrous golden calf, Moses broke the first set of tablets, and God then instructed Moses to carve new tablets. The second set symbolizes the ability of every person to make amends and rebuild anew. In fact, it was on the day of Yom Kippur that Moses came down from Mount Sinai holding the second set of tablets. So in the month of Av, the 29th day, in 1312 BC, this day corresponds with August 21st on our calendar. So the August 21st solar eclipse date, that's this year, is the anniversary date of Av 29, which is the anniversary of the second carving of the tablets. 40 days forward brings us to Tishri 10. This is when Moses came down Mount Sinai with the tablets, which corresponds with October 1st, which is also a day of atonement. Day 10 of month 7, which amazingly coincides with month 7, day 10, a Day of Atonement, on 9/13/2024, where Jesus returns according to our timeline. So what you're looking at here is the 7 dates of the Alpha to Omega timeline. And if you'll notice that there is some real significance to each one of these dates. 9/21/17 marks the beginning of 5778. Trumpets, also the same date as the Great Assembly. 10/20/17 marking the beginning of the tribulation, the date in which the Knesset cornerstone was laid, which was patterned after the Great Assembly. 4/2/21, which I pointed out in a previous video, is the historic crucifixion date of Jesus. 9/13/24, which coincides with the date in which Moses comes down Mount Sinai with the second carving. And 11/27 or 26/24, the UN partition of Palestine, 77 years exactly. On our date calculator, the second carving of the tablets by Moses, August 22, 1312 to August 21st, 2017, that's this year, 3,328 years exactly to the day. From the date of the UN's partitioning of Palestine, 11/29/1947 to 11/27/2024 on our timeline, 77 years exactly.